Sands is a proud sponsor of the Long Island Tea Podcast.
With incomparable luxury, Sands leaves nothing to the imagination. To learn more, visit sandsnewyork.com.
We are the Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea.
It's true. We're from Long Island, so we say, how you doing? How you doing?
I don't.
We're in the middle of the vines.
Yes.
Because it's Memorial Weekend. So
It's
there's
kickoff. We're here. It's summertime. Long Island Wine of the Week.
I'm thankful for our hot teas.
Yes. That's like such a Long Island thing.
We're just talking about real life.
Right.
That's what we do. Welcome back to a very special episode of Long Island Tea. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back.
Let me tell you, it's a amazing and weird day. I sound weird. Does it sound weird? I'm just not used to it. It's also professional. It's our 3rd year anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. You too. Of the Long Island Tea Podcast.
I can't believe
3
it.
years strong.
3 years strong. And it's so funny because everybody's like, oh, we have a few new listeners. And you saw that, right, on the social? They're like, I just found this podcast.
No.
So cute.
Did I? Maybe. Did I respond?
But
I usually try to respond.
when
I
people
usually
ask-
comment on everything people write about us. So
Yeah.
I'll write back.
And when people ask, I'm like, just skip over the first season.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally fine.
Except for the
Just
Dee
start
Snyder
now.
interview. That was a
Yeah,
highlight.
start with the end.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah, just start now and work your way back. But we, so Sharon, on our 3rd year anniversary, we've got some big tea to share with you.
We do.
But I got to ask you, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. We just did our ribbon cutting
I know.
for our brand new podcast studio. If you're watching on YouTube, you got to go check it out on YouTube.
You really do.
YouTube is Discover Long Island NY, and it's so professional and sophisticated.
I know.
I'm like, I'm not sure. It's like on brand.
It is. It's crazy. And you know what the best part is?
What?
Our team built it.
It is so cool.
Team built, like,
It's
family
so weird,
style.
but
I love it.
We're no longer at my desk in my office.
Your little table.
My little table. And so we're now in a professional studio with, soundproofing walls and flat screens and mounted cameras everywhere. So because, we launched our new TikTok for the podcast.
Right. So
now
exciting.
we've got 3 different cameras in here that can get 3 different angles, and Michael can take the clips right away. And Alyssa and Chris and Michael are in the control room with like glass, and we have a countdown clock, so we actually know how to stay on time. And it's crazy. I just feel like they're in the boards in there. We don't have to. Alyssa would every single time, and Mike and Chris, they would come in and they would set up like the whole board, the whole camera while I'm trying to work, do emails.
Yeah.
And, trying to find time in my schedule to not interrupt meetings.
It's
and
so
now it's
crazy.
like professional studio.
And we just walked in, and everybody's like, are you excited? I'm like, yes, I cannot believe it.
It's crazy. So we're celebrating with some sparkling points.
Yes.
I can't open it, Sharon. Every time I open the champagne, it spews everywhere. Like P. Diddy.
I'll do my best.
So, yeah, I can't do it because I have this, I don't know.
You're like,
I have this like volcanic touch that it like automatically just
I never
spews
know
everywhere.
what happens because it goes flying everywhere.
Every time
It's crazy.
I touch it, I don't know why, and it's like it spews out everywhere. So while you're, here we go. Woo! See, you did it perfect. Here, let me help you. I like it. I feel like you're gonna break your arm doing that.
No, this mic, this whole setup.
I know,
I'm like,
we're not used to it.
Not used to.
I know. Thank you. We are celebrating with some beautiful Sparkling Pointe, which is right here on Long Island, one of our most famous vineyards, most award-winning vineyards, and they do all sparkling wines. So we are drinking an elegant and structured sparkling wine with notes of citrus, yellow apple, ripe pear, and hazelnut.
Cheers. Happy 3-year anniversary.
Amazing. And, go ahead, take a sip, because I don't want to take a sip while you're doing it. We both do it at the same time. But you know what other anniversary it is, Sharon?
Your work anniversary. 8 years strong.
8 years ago on this day.
On this very day.
Walked into
my world.
Walked into what at the time was the Long Island Convention and Visitors Bureau and Sports Commission.
Yes.
And it's just so interesting and we don't plan it this way.
Right.
By the way, I had no idea. 1 year 1 year to that day, my first day walking in, we rebranded to Discover Long Island. Remember that?
Yes.
We had a big rebranding at the Patchogue Theater.
It was so fun.
And it was incredible. It just happened to be 1 year to the day.
Yeah.
And then here we are, 8 years to the day, cutting the ribbon of our brand new podcast studio.
So amazing.
And it's funny how the timing works.
I know.
You know what I love about it is that 8 years later, we're still innovating. We're still growing. We're still doing amazing things and doing more for Long Island and doing everything we can to promote the businesses and the industry here and the beauty of the place that we love to call home. And it's been a wild ride.
It's been an incredible ride. And I tell that to people all the time, like, especially in interviewing processes or speaking to anybody who's, we had our bank partners in the other day and we're just talking about what this organization has transitioned to from your journey, and your innovation. And
thank you.
Honestly, like it's been an incredible
as I always say, couldn't have done it without you, and you know that. But it's funny because you've been here for 25 years now?
Oh, don't date me that much.
I mean, it's been long.
I'd say 22.
22 years?
Yeah.
And this is the longest job ever. I mean, I think my last job before I came here was like 7.5 years. It's usually like when you're growing and you're, doing
career,
different things. And I was like in this position, and you've grown in your positions here, but I've gone to different places. I was at the state tourism office for Arizona. Then I worked for a resort, and then I worked for the trade association, and then became the lobbyist. And then I came here, and I'm like 8 years. I mean, remember it was a 2-year contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, I'll be back in 2 years to all my friends and family.
I remember the Thanksgiving when you left and I was pregnant with Pearl. And I literally remember texting you and saying, like, if you don't get back on that plane to come back here.
It was touch and go.
It was touch and go for a little bit because, it's scary. You moved your kids, everything.
Yeah. Well, it was touch and go because, for those hot teas that don't know, I mean, I came here kind of sight unseen, and it's so funny. We were just talking the other day. My daughters at the time, Kinsey and Tegan, were in third. Kinsey was in 6th grade. Tegan was in 3rd. That's how old your children are today.
It's so crazy.
You were just pregnant with Pearl. I remember that. And but that, my house was still there. I didn't have a place to live.
Right.
I was kind of like in an Airbnb, like an apartment.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out if I could afford to live here, and what it would look like for my kids, and still trying to scope it out. And by Thanksgiving, I was unsure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was texting you. I'm like, I will get that pregnant on that plane to get you back here because we clicked, obviously, right? Immediately. And I just saw your vision, and I was like, wow. This is going to change this.
Yeah, and it wasn't that I didn't love Long Island or wasn't excited about it, but it was just, I was living in an apartment. I still had my house and everything in Scottsdale. My kids were still there. I didn't have a place for them to move here yet.
Right, exactly.
And it's not, it's not easy to find housing as a single mom.
Exactly.
Here. And then when you go back, and then my beautiful home and everything furnished, it was still there.
And it was
kind of
like 80, 90 degrees in Arizona.
What am I
You weren't used
what
to cold weather yet.
I wasn't used to a lot of things. Anyway, but
and now you're a true Long Islander.
Now I am, and you know what? And even more importantly, my daughters are true Long Islanders.
Exactly.
And it's been the best experience in the world that I could never have imagined for my family. And I'm very excited. 8 years strong, and it's continuing.
I love it. Cheers
and we're still
again.
doing it. Yeah, and look, it's just the beginning. I feel like, you know what I mean? It's just the beginning. New beginnings. So I think hopefully that's inspirational to anyone that feels like, they need a fresh start or whatever. You can always have new beginnings.
Yeah.
In fact, other great news. My best friend Jay, who and we've talked about, she's been the assistant or the deputy economic development director since before I moved here in the city of Mesa, which is a suburb of Phoenix. And man, she has put in her career with state and city government. So she's like pensioned. I'm like, girl, smart.
Yeah.
And I think she was kind of like pensioned, and she's been there for 20 years, and she was like, I don't know what to do. And just recently, her boss, the director, retired. And she wasn't sure, like, if she was going to go for it or if they were going to go for her. And they just announced her yesterday
Yay,
as the new director.
congratulations.
And I'm so proud of her. I'm like, gosh,
That's
it's
amazing.
so cool. Isn't
Yeah,
it great
that
to
is
like
awesome.
see other people and your friends and other women in leadership continue to move
Absolutely.
up? It's just awesome. So cheers to you for sticking it out. And
Cheers.
I said, being patient and moving up within an organization is usually harder.
Yes. And, we've had that conversation. You've asked, why did you stay for so long? Or, and I said every time I thought about leaving and a different opportunity had presented itself. So I think,
Yeah.
I'm devoted
Well, I was
to
worried
DLI.
it's similar to your conversation with me when you went out on maternity leave, which was like week.
January.
Yeah,
So you
God.
came in November. I left January.
And I was like, listen here. Okay.
You're coming back, right?
You need to come back. I'm like, I just moved across the country.
Yes, exactly.
This maternity leave, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Also, get back here.
Yeah. And it was fun.
Yeah. So, and then 8 years later, thank goodness. And it's been quite the magical team. And so, anyway, hope you're seeing this online. And it's going to give us so much more new content. And we can have guests and Zoom them in. It's going to be really great.
It's going to be awesome. I love it. I love what the team did. They just did an incredible job putting this together.
Chris literally came in and built this over the weekends. And mounted everything, and Michael and Alyssa, everybody had such a strong, important role in what we're doing and the vision.
Yes.
So, and you love the team, and more to come on that. But speaking of important things that are awesome, I've been dying to ask you, how was the Taylor Swift movie? I'm scared to ask you.
No, I loved it.
Really?
No,
Because
yeah,
everything I'm like, I hype up and love. You're like, meh.
No, I loved it.
Really?
I loved it.
That's so good.
And I found music from her that I've heard, but seeing it, I don't know. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I brought the kids with me, and Pearl loved it. She dressed up adorable. She was wearing sequins pants, and you remember that little shrug jacket Tegan gave her with the black sequins?
Oh my God,
she
yes.
wore that.
She's still wearing that? That's awesome. We were having a garage
so
sale.
cute.
I'll never forget. We were having a garage sale or like a yard sale. And you guys came over to like hang out with us or something. And we had, and she immediately like went over there and loved them. Like, take it.
She was so cute. And when
yours.
she was like little, she was like
Yeah,
4. And
she
I'm
was
like,
never going to fit into
so
it, right?
cute.
And then she's wearing
Yeah,
it.
she
And
is.
Tegan loved that. Is it's Justice, right?
Yeah.
Was it Justice?
So cute.
Yeah.
She
no,
loved it.
that's so cute.
So
I
now,
love it.
ever since then, Pearl is totally a Swiftie.
Of course.
She'll take a bath and she's like, Mom, can I have your phone for music? So I'm like, yeah, of course. Can you put on Taylor Swift? And I'm like, yeah, of course.
Oh my God, I love
So
it.
cute.
I'm like jealous that I wasn't there with you guys, but I've been
know.
wondering. I'm like, how does Sharon like it?
No, I loved it. It was
So
awesome.
I'll tell you, I'll send it to you afterwards. But forever ago, before anyone had heard of Taylor Swift, really, she was still country,
Yes.
and I'm not a big country music
That's
person.
what I liked about her.
You liked
I
the
loved
country portion.
Yeah.
I never really did, but the song that made me fall in love with her was when she was really young. She's still a teenager, and she wrote the song about her mom called "The Best Day." Aww. And it's the cutest song, and it's her, and that's when I knew. I'm like, she's a real songwriter.
She's so
She can
talented.
make you feel something with her music. And then it's funny because then I played it for my little sister, I think like last summer when she was here, and she was bawling. I'm like, this is what made me fall in love with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And now she's a megastar, which is awesome. But yay, good.
Yeah,
Well, I
it was
can't wait
awesome.
to go see it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to go see it.
I can't believe you haven't seen it yet, honestly.
Because my kids, they just like book.
You should
they
say,
buy
Tegan,
tickets.
would you be a doll?
Oh my God.
And get mommy tickets for...
I was telling Sharon and Shannon this morning that Tegan comes into my room last night to kiss me goodnight, and she's like, Mom, would you be a doll?
Such a New York,
tomorrow
Long Island
morning,
thing.
make me a bagel with butter to have ready for my lunch. And I'm like, what is this interaction? Would you be a doll?
Would you be a doll?
And I'm like, yeah, as long as you call me doll more often, I'll do pretty much anything. Yeah, it's totally
love
Long
that.
Island.
It's such
Would
a
you
Long
be a
Island
doll?
thing. Would you be a
do
doll?
that? That's how you know she's a
Yeah.
Long Island girl. Anyway, so I was dying to ask you about that. And what else is going on in your world these days?
Halloween passed,
Yeah.
right? So
Oh my God, your costumes.
hysterical, right?
I'm dead. These inflatable costumes, they were amazing.
You ever see Ace Ventura?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so you know when he's like coming out of the rhino and he's like sweating.
I think that's Ace Ventura 2.
Yeah, and he's like, it's hot in these rhinos.
It was hot in these
It was hot in those rhinos, I'll tell you.
Was it?
Yeah.
The inside of yours was hilarious.
I
And then you
literally
guys-
like lasted a block and I was like, I can't. Because also I'm short. I'm only 5'2", right? So
Yeah.
it was meant for an adult male. I don't know, but I had like 4 feet of leg that was not. So like my legs were going down to my ankles. So I was like walking like.
And
like,
Pearl with riding the unicorn was
hysterical,
so
right?
funny. We'll have to put it on social because it was hilarious. So ours was weird. We didn't. Nobody did costumes this year. So funny story. I can't believe I'm going to tell you this.
Yeah.
But I am because I like to do
You
costumes.
you guys love.
But Tegan
you were
didn't.
like,
Tegan didn't do it. I've always done
Yeah.
like funny costumes or great costumes. I think. And Tegan was like. She and her friends went and volunteered for the trick-or-treating at the high school.
oh, cute. Okay.
Yeah, so they like volunteered and they didn't want to dress up
awesome.
because that wasn't close. So, and then they came over to the house and we ordered pizza and it was fun. And by then it was like already 7:30.
Yeah.
So they just kind of ran around the neighborhood. But I was like, I told Thomas, I'm like, I didn't get a costume. So, because no one was talking about costumes this year. So I said at the last minute, you know what costume I have everything for is like Beyonce single ladies.
Oh my god.
I'm like, I have like the bodysuit that's the turtleneck, and I'll put my hair. I'm like, I'm just gonna and the high heels and the tights.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna torture Tegan because all her friends are coming over, and I'm gonna be like dressed up like single ladies. And then I went to go put the tights on, and all my tights are like control tops, so they all came down to like midnight. And I'm like, oh, never mind. I don't have the right tights. So Tegan, and I told her, I'm like, I almost dressed up as that.
my God,
and she's
that's
like,
so funny.
I would have murdered you.
Yeah.
So
that's
never
funny.
do that.
This was the first year that Braden actually left. I mean, he's gone with his friends a couple times, but like I got home from work and I was like getting the girls ready and stuff, and he was already gone. And I'm like, what do you mean he's left? Yeah, I was a little brokenhearted.
Crazy.
Because we were the same thing. So we were dressed up as Fall Guys, which is a game that people play on their phones. And I dressed up for him.
Yeah.
You know.
You're like,
so
thanks.
We were twinning. And he left me.
Yep. Get used to that.
I was like, I didn't even get a picture of us together.
Yeah. Get used to that.
Yeah.
I know, right? So it's funny because Finnegan the other day, he had a dog treat that he bought especially for the dogs. I think this waffle. And he gives it to Duke, our dog. And he's like, here, Duke. And Duke like smelled it and kind of licked it and then just like dropped it out of his mouth and walked away. Finnegan's like, I bought that with my money and everything. And I'm like, now you know what it's like to be a parent.
Right.
I was like, welcome to the world.
Yeah.
Right?
So truth.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, and your kids are like,
Yeah.
it's not the right brand. I don't like it. And you're like, cool, thanks.
Awesome.
You're welcome. I know. So anyway, it was good, but now it's like it's freezing
Yeah.
overnight.
Winter. I put my heat on. Did you?
Girl, my heat's been on for a while.
No, I've had like my windows open and AC and stuff. But next week it's going to go back up to the 60s, and I'm like, I'm here for that.
Oh, okay. No, it's fall and it's almost Thanksgiving, and Tegan and her friends were talking the other night. Think they're going to go to the Rockefeller tree lighting.
Yes, it's early this year.
It's like the 11th or something.
Yeah. The tree comes, I think, the 29th.
You know what's so cool is being a Long Islander, and you're like, I think I'm going to go to the tree lighting.
Yeah.
And Tegan's like, also, did you see? She's like, did you see Mariah Carey's Instagram post? It's time.
They've been
she's like, we
playing
should
it.
totally go see her.
Oh my gosh.
On December 17th at Madison Square Garden. I'm like,
my gosh.
I mean, we might.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Because you can.
You know?
Exactly.
Or the Rockettes.
I love
You can
that.
just go in
I
and
love
see
that.
the Rock. This
New
time
York
of year,
City during the
I'm
holidays is absolutely magical. It
best.
really is.
the best. And you and I had a nice day in the city.
Yes, that was so fun.
That was so fun, celebrating
it.
your anniversary.
Yeah.
And it was just so cool. It's funny because we were in Times Square, and there was a company that, like from the NASDAQ that had their ad on, and their whole team was there taking a picture
pictures.
with their ad behind them. And I'm like, oh my God, we played Discover Long Island Where You Belong ads in Times Square all the time.
Right.
And then we're like, oh.
That's cool. We take it such for granted. It's
I
so
know.
true.
I'm like, we should make a bigger deal out of this stuff, because we're just like, yeah, our videos.
NASDAQ is there.
Yeah, our
Like their whole
videos play in Times Square all the time because we're Long Island.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're just so lucky to be Long Islanders, New Yorkers, and to be here in this new beautiful podcast
love
studio celebrating our 3rd anniversary. So real quick, so Mind Body Crystals gave us a little gift.
For our 3rd anniversary.
Okay, so open it. You can open it.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, can you push the thing back? We don't know.
Got
you
it,
open it.
got
I'm going
it.
to pour more champagne while you
Okay,
open
good.
it. Whoa. I almost spilled it already.
See?
Okay. We're just getting used to this, people. Okay.
Yes.
So, listeners, yeah. And listeners, if you are watching or see us online and you have something that should grace our studio,
Oh my goodness.
please let us know. What did they send us?
This is the cutest thing in the world. So this is a very special handmade candle to celebrate the Long Island Tea's 3rd birthday. It's a little birthday candle. It's made out of, it's 100% vegan and cruelty-free, made with most sustainable kind of wax. I love that. And then they also gave us a blue calcite. It helps people speak up for themselves and put themselves out there. Calming and zen. It also helps with job opportunities.
Oh, well, I don't know if we need job opportunities, but this is awesome. Oh my God. It helps
so
people
cute.
speak up. This is so perfect. Thank you so much, Mind Body Crystals.
I love it.
I'm big into crystals.
Yes.
I am. I mean, I'm like totally skeptic.
I know you are.
And yet also.
But what am I? No.
Total skeptic, but then they're also on my desk.
I love it.
When Elisa DiStefano brings them to me, or Mind Body Crystals.
It's so pretty, too, and it's like literally.
You know what?
Like
I felt like that my fake food situation again. I wanted to like lick it. It looks exactly real, right?
I thought it was like a loaf of bread. Oh my God, that's funny. It does look so real.
I was like,
it's so pretty.
Can I eat this?
And it's handmade. And what does the label say?
Marshmallow.
Marshmallow scented candle. Oh.
I know.
It does smell like
I know. This is so cute.
And
Thank you guys.
they even have like champagne flute candles, beer
So
glass
cute.
candles. Yeah, Anastasia, the owner, hand makes everything herself. And then she also has some small businesses that have like cute little crystal bracelets.
What?
stuff.
That's
Yeah.
adorable.
Where are they? Where is Mind Body Crystals?
They are in Farmingdale.
Oh, thank you,
Very
Mind Body
nice.
Crystals. I love Farmingdale.
Yeah, we
too.
love
Just
Farmingdale.
walking up and down Farmingdale. There's
Yeah.
so much cute stuff to do there. It's such a wonderful downtown. It's got breweries. It's where the haunted hamburgers
Yes.
is, which now you can go to again because Halloween's over.
Oh, yeah, there's not going to be like a huge line.
Exactly. Now's the time to go. Are you good?
This is unbelievable. I don't know. Am I
The
good?
microphone's
I don't
getting
know.
in the way of your drinking,
Yeah.
Sharon. We can't have that.
No.
And so to our hot tea listeners, if you want to be featured as a taste of Long Island, just DM us.
Yes. Or you can email us at spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.
Yay. And please let us know because there's so many wonderful businesses and people that are hand making things and that we want to share your good news. We want to tell people about you.
And you can also contact us and leave us a voicemail on Instagram. The
Yes.
call button, the cool.
You should. Sharon was saying like we should do like they do on Kelly and Mark Stump Kristen.
I love it. I think we should so do that.
But then that would require people to call us.
Yeah.
But
So that we should probably do that, guys. Like we'll do a segment. Stump Kristen.
Look at Sharon like new segment.
New segment.
All right. So call us and leave us a voicemail and tell us what you think we should do to our new studio. But this is amazing. Super excited. We have a game. Speaking of our anniversary,
Yes.
Michael and Alyssa have a couple of things planned for us. We have no idea what this is about. So
think this is
Michael,
so funny.
what are we doing? Oh,
Oh, there we go. Who said that? K or S or Kristen and Sharon?
Okay.
Yes.
And they made us little
So hold up
what
your
do you-
signs.
paddles.
so this is Kristen and this is, we have like little paddles.
All right, so these are quotes from our hosts from 2023. So let's start with, we are just one ongoing SNL skit.
I think that was you.
The correct answer is Kristen.
Oh, we're both wrong. Okay. That sounds like something you would say.
I know.
Okay.
Well, next we got, these people literally have hundreds of chickens.
That's Sharon. Sharon's obsessed with chickens.
That's correct, Sharon.
I'm like, Sharon, thanks to Sharon sending me TikToks to watch about chickens, my freaking For You page
love it.
was filled with chickens.
All right, next. This kid on the plane was banging on the tray table like they were the Metallica drummer.
That was 100% me complaining about my travels. Yes. Okay.
Yes, that was 100% you. The next one is, you want extra onions on that?
That was also me, right? What was that? Oh, that was the tuna
sandwich.
episode. Oh my God, the famous tuna episode. Okay.
Next, babe, I can't control the weather.
That's, I can't control the weather. Is that you?
I don't know.
The correct answer is Sharon.
Ooh, what was that
I
about?
don't know.
Babe, I can't control the weather.
Next,
He's like, just moving on.
it felt like it was It felt like it was very Austin Powers.
Is that you? What was that about?
Barbie movie.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's why I thought you were going to hate on Taylor. We're drinking, this champagne's going down fast.
It's so good.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's a cause to celebrate.
Yes, thank you.
Next, Oprah, why don't you just talk about the Long Island Tea podcast?
This is Oprah. I'm telling you, Oprah, this got to be me.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It's
Yeah,
Kristen.
I was like, I'm telling Oprah, listen, Oprah, if you're listening,
Right.
that sounds like
Just
something I would say.
talk about the Long Island Tea
Here.
podcast.
Next, everybody's talking about Costco.
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't know. It could be either one of us.
That could go.
Can we do this?
Oh. Is that, I'm going to say me, you say.
So it is Sharon.
Oh.
So, real quick before you continue, Sharon.
Yes.
I have been trying. This is why you have to start your Christmas shopping early.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Things are sold out.
What? On Costco?
Girl. So, Costco came out with Costco merch.
Yes.
I have been trying to get some Costco
Oh my
merch.
God, that's
it
so
went viral
funny.
on TikTok. You cannot get it.
Oh my God.
There's a sweatshirt that says Costco all over it, and
love
there's
it.
something like there's some also Kirkland brand, which I'm
Okay.
not as into as can't get it.
Oh my God.
It's all sold out. So they were like, "Who would buy stuff with Costco on it?" I'm like, us.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Michael.
All right, next. So I started my day almost getting hit by a truck.
Oh, that was me.
Yep, so it
I
was
still
Kristen.
see that truck every day. I'm like, thank you for almost murdering me.
And the last one of this game, I Amazon shopped this weekend like a mad woman.
Also me.
Actually, no, it was Sharon.
What?
When did I? Amazon. Oh, I don't know.
Christmas last
Christmas.
year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Because I get stressed out. See?
And you just go, yes. Well, it's how funny that we can't tell if it's you or me
That's
because
so
we're on
funny.
such the same wavelength.
I know.
All right, and then the next one we're going to do with Alyssa.
Oh, there's another game. Okay, do we need these paddles anymore? Because I like them. Oh, that was
Oh,
so
these are
fun.
fun.
We're going to keep these and put them in our offices. I feel like I need a vase.
Yeah. I'm going to put them in the
These
feathers.
are so great. You're going to put them where?
In the feathers.
Oh, do you want to tell that story?
Yes. So, in designing this podcast studio, I had an eye for this like cream, like these chairs. I love this color, and like
I love these
everything
chairs.
is like,
Looks amazing.
you know, we had a Pinterest board going, you and I, and we were going back and forth. And I love the gold, and Chris like made fun of me big time about the gold. So I'm like, we need color in there, and pampas is a big thing. That's what they're the feathers.
Oh.
So they're called pampas.
Okay.
And they're very trendy right now. Like even Brie has them in her office. Like they're so pretty and so cute. So I had them and I brought them into the studio. And we were giving a tour to the bank partners the other day. And I was like fluffing the feathers.
I walked in and I was like jolted.
Yeah. And you like made such a face when I was doing that. And then we walked out and I'm like, oh, the feathers are going. I know they're going. And you're like, I just have to tell you, I don't like the feathers. And I'm like,
I walked
all right,
in because I'd
fine.
seen the studio in different phases, but I hadn't seen the addition of the multicolored feathers.
Right. So they're on brand. They're like the teal, the cream color.
Of course. And
You know.
I just, for me, it was a little bit too much.
I know. It was
And
jolting.
It was, I just wasn't ready for that. And I opened the door and I was like, they're like feathers.
And
And
you
I
have such a
the
facial-
worst poker face.
you have a very bad poker face.
We were on a call the other day and somebody was like, oh, you should do this. And I was like,
And it was a Zoom.
oh my God. And I'm usually like on
Yes.
Zoom calls
Yeah.
very much prepared. I know what I'm talking about, blah, blah, blah.
Well, that was out of left field.
It was
That
a
was
little bit out of left field. You should do this. And I was like, okay, I will do that. Thank you. And then
No,
they
it
were
was
like,
more like,
yeah. My face. Anyway,
Your facial expressions are
obviously
funny.
evident because
Yeah.
that person texted me too and was like,
obviously don't agree with that.
I could tell that you were not in agreement with that. So just pretend we never said it. I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. Moving on.
bless you. Okay, so Alyssa has a game.
Yes, this is Spill the Tea trivia. Can you hear me okay?
We can hear
Yes.
you. Look at
Okay.
that. So great.
Alyssa.
Finally, you're not like this echo in the
I
background.
know.
Right?
All right, so we're going to start off easy. Do I need
Okay.
to turn myself up?
No, we can hear you perfect.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
Which guest said chocolate is actually good for you?
Oh,
what's her name?
Catherine
Yes.
Canadeo.
Yes,
Love
that's
her. This is why we
correct.
love her.
Yes.
Which guest said, what in the Long Island?
Oh, Ross Matthews.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him. You're so
him.
good at this.
By the way, you sent me something about Ross Matthews.
His recipes.
He's got a new Facebook
starting a
page.
podcast.
Oh, is it podcast?
He's starting a podcast, and he's also got a new Facebook page.
I saw his recipes because he's lost 60 pounds and kept it off
for 3 years.
As we go through this holiday season.
Yes.
I'm totally going to get
And
on
I've
recipes.
seen his TikToks. Like, they're so cute.
I love him. Okay, go ahead. I love that.
Where was the episode filmed titled "You Might Get Wet"?
Bellport in.
Yeah. They were starting
of
easy. They
course.
get harder.
They're going to get harder?
Okay. Love the Bellport Inn.
Okay. Which guest had you do a pledge on the air?
Rudy.
Yeah.
Rudy Rude
Oh,
Rangers.
the Rude Ranger pledge.
Yes.
Love Rudy.
Okay. Which giveaway had the most entries? And I can do a multiple choice if you need it.
Oh,
Gurney's.
Ohika.
Oh.
Gurney's.
Oh, I thought Ohika Castle. And you said Gurney's?
Gurney's is the winner. Ohika was the second.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We've done some amazing
We
giveaways.
really
so
have
if you are
done.
not following our social, Instagram,
And keeping your
or
notifications
TikTok,
on, right, Michael?
You are missing out because we give away stuff all the time. All right. Those are cool. All right.
In January, for Wellness Month, we had 3 guests in a row. Who were those guests?
Oh, my God.
Catherine Canadeo. Elisa Di Stefano.
I'm out. I'm out. Can I call a friend?
Can I call
Think
him?
wellness.
I know.
Who's our wellness person?
Oh, Fit Doc.
Oh,
There
Fit
you
Doc. I was
go.
like, Vin Diesel. Michael's trying to give me he's trying to mouth it to me, and I'm like,
cues.
Vin Diesel. Who was our guest?
Dr. Michelle Reed, the
Yes,
Fit Doc.
how can we forget
Right, of
Dr.
course.
Michelle Reed?
No, that's perfect. Of
Yes.
course, they were our wellness gurus. Wow, we
right.
had a good
Although
January.
Catherine just posted saying November is the new January with wellness.
I don't know. Catherine.
know how I feel about that.
November's
Catherine
Thanksgiving.
Canadeo.
I love
I know.
her, but no, we've got to get her back on. Okay.
Okay. Who said, I say what people think and I will not apologize?
Ross Matthews.
Nope.
I say what people think, and
This is a tricky one.
Is it Sonia Morgan?
Myrrh.
Those were technically last year.
Oh, we're just doing
This is the-
2023.
this is-
okay.
this is
I thought it was like
The
a
third year.
Okay,
I say what people think, and I won't apologize. I have no idea.
Oh,
It was somebody at an event that we attended.
Oh, this was not a guest.
And she was kind of a guest. We interviewed her. You interviewed her.
Oh my God.
Patchogue Pride Parade.
Axel. Linda Axelrod.
Yes.
Yes.
The Joan Rivers
Joan
impersonator.
Rivers. Yes.
You remembered her actual name.
Yeah.
That was
'Cause
good.
That's
Linda Axelrod. No,
Yeah.
I was trying to remember Joan Rivers.
yeah.
I loved Joan Rivers.
awesome.
And that's exactly, oh my God. I was looking at a TikTok the other day with Joan and Melissa Rivers, and they were talking about constructive criticism. And Joan Rivers was saying, it's for your benefit. And Melissa was kind of complaining. And she's like, what is, some criticism that wasn't constructive or that wasn't constructive that you gave me? And she's like, I don't give you. Every criticism I give you is constructive
Yes,
criticism. And I
absolutely.
was like, I love Joan Rivers.
Yes.
Linda Axelrod.
Yep.
She was
She's an
amazing.
impersonator. She's
I
awesome.
loved her. You know what? She would be great if you're having galas, holiday parties.
Yes.
She would be fun. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that reminder, Alyssa.
Okay, ready? What was the name of the wine you drank in Kristen's backyard?
Which up?
The episode in Kristen's backyard.
Do we drink wine back there? Was it Wolfer?
Somewhere in a
It
bottle?
wasn't. It actually was not a Long Island wine.
Oh,
Yeah,
good,
I can bleep it.
Good
Yeah.
effing rosé.
Yes.
Good effing rosé. That's right.
We needed it that time.
Okay, ready?
Bachelors, yeah.
See if you can answer this quick. How many on-site remotes have we done in the last year?
6. 4.
8.
10.
More or less.
10.
10.
Well, technically
Wow.
11 if we're counting Kristen's backyard. But
Wow.
Which
That's
we
funny.
should.
Yeah.
We should, because that is
so
outside.
11, yeah. Barron's Cove, Gurney's, Wolfer, Port Salt Cave, Ohika Castle, Jones Beach Air Show, Patchogue Pride Parade, Kristen's Backyard, the Pridwin, the Bellport Inn, and Adventureland.
Oh, that's
Whoa.
awesome.
Yeah,
We've been
we've done a lot.
around.
I tell you, when I went to that conference and I was showing our content, and it shows, Alyssa did that compilation video of all the places we've been, and then she also did the video of LITV and all the places Brie goes and Chris goes. It was, and then we showed our TikToks and our content. People were like, how many people are on your staff? How do you do that? I'm like, we're everywhere.
Everywhere. You have to be.
We're exhausted.
I'm loving it.
Your Long Island accent is getting good.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Exhausted.
Alyssa's
I'm
from Massapequa, so
exhausted.
she should know.
Yes.
Exhausted.
Okay.
No, I said real quick that last night we were having, we had like Halloween. I bought Halloween pasta that we didn't have on Halloween because
You're eating
the kids wanted pizza.
skeletons last night?
We were eating pumpkins and bats
That's
last
so
night.
funny.
And I had this sauce from Carbone, the famous Italian place in the city.
Oh, okay.
You can get Carbone now, which is like this very famous
Where do you
restaurant.
get it?
At Stop and Shop.
Get out.
Girl, it's expensive.
Okay.
I mean,
But it's worth
it's not
it.
Prego. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
So we had Carbone sauce because it was a very New York, I
Yes.
love everything New York. And they were like, oh, can I have more sauce? I'm like, in this house, we say sauce.
I love it. Oh,
We got to say sauce. I'm like, you get no more sauce unless you say it correctly. It's true.
so funny.
So this year we featured a new segment, Taste of Long Island. What was our first official Taste of Long Island?
Wine.
Yeah, was it wine?
No?
Oh.
But after we started stopped doing the
Yeah,
wine.
because I was like, I
every
feel
week.
like we switched to Taste of Long Island and then we still did wine.
Yeah.
No, we did some amazing Taste of. I loved that evolution that we did this year. We had
Oh,
so many
incredible.
great places. But what
I'm
was
trying
our
to think.
first?
I want to say Dessert Chocolate. No?
Even though they were before this one, but it wasn't called Taste of Long Island yet.
Okay.
I feel like it was something delicious. I can't remember. We were like, we leveled up. Speaking of leveling up,
yeah.
we were like, this is amazing. What I can't remember what it was.
The Mad Baker,
Oh, right.
yes.
those pastries.
Yes.
I remember when we transitioned to Taste of Long Island instead of just the Long Island Wine of the Week, we were like, this is great.
Yes.
We've been having tacos,
Tacos,
and pretzels,
pumpkin ice
that
cream.
pumpkin bread and pumpkin ice
I
cream.
hate pumpkin flavored anything.
know, you
and
were a
I
trooper.
devoured
I know.
that ice cream.
No, that's
It
when I
was
took
so
a bite and I'm
good.
like, Sharon, it's very pumpkin-y, and it was amazing.
It was more cinnamony than it was
That's
pumpkin,
why.
I
It
would
was
say.
fresh.
It
I
was
think it's
so good.
fresh. It's different than just the pumpkin spice stuff you get at
Yes,
Starbucks. It was
yes.
so fresh and amazing. Okay, go ahead.
All right, ready? Larry the Duck talked about a band whose second performance in America was at Stony Brook University. What was
You
what
too.
band? Yeah, that was an easy one.
I'm
All
obsessed
right.
with that.
Yes.
Obsessed with that.
We got two more. Ready?
Okay, yeah.
Which is our most listened to episode in the past year?
In the past year?
Oh. I don't even know the names of the episodes. I don't remember them.
It was a remote. I'll just say that.
Oh, it was a remote with the gurneys.
You might get wet.
Yeah, it was Gurney.
It was gurneys.
Yep.
Anytime you have the name or the brand gurneys attached to what you're doing,
Oh.
it's going to get
It's
noticed.
gonna get noticed,
It's gonna get
100%.
noticed. Gurneys, Michael, we love Michael Nenners. He's on our executive committee. We should go there again.
Just
But
throwing it out there.
Because you know what? I need a do-over. Because if in case you forget, about the Gurneys remote that we did, this is me being the biggest jerk on the planet. Because we're like, Sharon's like, Because we're talking about it, and Michael from Gurneys had said, do you guys want to stay overnight? And we were like, oh, yeah, I mean, I guess that'd be amazing.
Right.
Like, I never stay overnight anywhere because you
Right.
got dogs and you got kids, and you too.
Same, exactly. Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, oh, this is I'm like, Sharon, let's stay overnight. You're like, yeah, okay. So we get there, and then we come out of our remote, and Thomas is there. And I'm like, when does Dan get here? And you're like, no, Dan can't come. And
I thought it was going to be us.
Yeah. It was
Thomas crashed my party.
Yeah, which that's not Thomas' fault. It's
No, I know,
my
I'm
fault.
laughing.
I was like, because Thomas was even asking me before we got there, and he was like, should we plan a dinner with Sharon and Dan? Should we? He's like, I'll make a reservation because he made
he's so good like
and
that, yeah.
I said, no. Sharon and Dan, by the way, are going to have a romantic night at Gurney's.
Yeah.
I was like, they're going to be Sans kids. Leave them alone. I'm like, Sharon's not going to want to hang out with us on their night at Gurney's.
That was
I'm
so
just
funny.
completely oblivious
That was
to the
so
fact
funny.
that you have 3 small children.
Right.
at
And
home.
Dan works in the city, so it
Yeah.
was like really hard.
It was a complete oblivious moment as to what it's like to have 3 small children and kids that you can't just leave at home by themselves.
Right.
And
That was funny.
yeah. And then I saw your face, and I'm like, And you're like, no, I'm not going to stay now. I'm going to go back. I'm like, we need a do-over. We do need
Michael,
to have a girls' night.
Stacey,
yeah,
if you're listening.
And then I'm thinking like, I'm so dumb because that would have been so fun.
Right?
I know. I'm such an idiot. Girls' night plan. We need to do it.
So funny.
So do
that
over.
that was
Gurney's.
awesome too, though, because we had spa treatments.
Oh my
God!
God.
Oh my God! That was the best facial I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, you
Because
talked
that was
about
the first time I had a facial, and then I've had multiple after on my own, and it was just that was the best one I've ever had.
Because we were testing out their spa, and they were like, "Oh, we'll do like a little there was a facial or like a body scrub sample."
Yeah.
Right. And so
I got
like,
the full.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I don't want the facial because then we were going to record after.
Yeah.
I'm like, Sharon, I can't do the facial. And you're like, I want to do the facial.
You're
so
right.
I'm
I
like,
never had one.
perfect. So you get a full 15-minute facial and I got like a 20-minute body scrub. I'm like, what? I
What
got
happened?
the sample.
And you're like waiting for me.
I was waiting for you forever. And then I ended up going out and just having a full like work meeting with Michael.
Right, which was great. Yeah.
It was fine. But that whole thing, do over.
Do over.
Okay.
Calling it out.
This is the last question.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Which episode did listeners stay tuned in the longest?
Interesting.
Oh God, I would have no idea.
Just take a guess.
Tuna fish, the tuna sandwich.
It was actually the one titled "We're Like Oprah Today,"
Oh, are we giving away everything?
and it
that's
was
why.
the average listener. It was 92% of the episode.
Wow,
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the average listener should listen to 100% of our episodes.
Right.
Like, how do you
Yeah.
tune out?
Right.
To be honest, I mean, we go
It's an
along.
average.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Interesting. Thank you. Good game, Alyssa.
This was fun. I love our anniversary episode.
I do too. And you know what else is so great about this episode is it's upcoming on Veterans Day.
Yes.
And there are so many great places on Long Island to have a Veterans Day experience. One of them I am so pumped about, and we're going to do an LITV episode there, and I'm dying to go there, which is the Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy Navy SEAL Museum in West Sayville. I've been waiting for this forever.
You've talked about this for,
For
such a long
years.
time. Exactly.
Yeah.
So they commemorate and reflect and ensures a continuing memory of honor to all U.S. Naval Special Warfare operators. Visitors experience multiple opportunities to meet, interact with, and learn about this SEAL community through the museum, exhibits, and education center.
And in case you don't know, Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy from Sayville,
yeah.
West Sayville, incredible American hero, Navy SEAL, who was part of the operative team that, took out Osama bin Laden.
Right.
So literal American
New Yorker.
icon, hero.
Here we are.
If you do nothing else for Veterans Day, go to this museum.
Absolutely.
Like,
So there's a ton of things. Cradle of Aviation in Uniondale has an Air and Space Museum established to commemorate Long Island's part in the history of aviation.
yeah. And one of my favorite places, remember when I did the you're dying.
Yes.
I was my first year here, I think.
Yes.
And Gary Louie called me and I did the Museum of American Armor in Old Bethpage.
Yes.
I did their full World War II reenactment where I rode
And
Michael's
the best
laughing.
part
Michael
about
can't even
this,
take it.
I can't take it either because you're always in stilettos.
Yeah.
Did you know to go there in sneakers?
No, remember you don't remember. Remember Gary Louie told me wear khakis?
Oh yes, I do remember.
And I'm like,
I don't own
What?
khakis.
Who has khakis? What are you even saying to me right
Yes.
now? I have not had khakis since
Right.
1992.
Right.
If that, I don't even know what year khakis were in, but I was like, what?
That
I
is
was
so
so
funny.
stressed. Remember, I was in your office,
yeah.
Sharon,
But I don't even own khakis.
and where do I get khakis? I don't know what to wear.
I'm go to Costco.
Yeah, exactly. And anyway, that was amazing. But they actually do. It was amazing experience, by the way. The Museum of American Armor is awesome.
It really
and
is.
a true tribute to our veterans. And you can actually do this World War II reenactment, living history.
It's amazing. You go in the machine, it's crazy.
You ride in the tank as though you're
crazy.
getting bombed.
Right.
It's so cool.
I remember you came back and were mind blown.
I loved it.
This
And
is
it's
interesting.
awesome. Yeah.
Long Island Game Farm in Manorville is offering veterans and active duty military free admission throughout the whole month of November, plus 50% off admission for up to 4 family members with them. That's awesome.
Love that. And Hughes Studio Fine Art Academy in Rockville Center has Best Friend Bracelet Veterans Day Workshop November 10th. And then Baiting Hollow Farm Vineyard in Calverton has free drinks for veterans
So cool.
on the 10th and the 11th. So
Very
you can go out there.
good.
Okay, so we're over time, as we can see now. I love our clock because it keeps us on time.
Candle.
Oh, do you want to? I don't want to set off an alarm. I don't want to set off. Michael's like, should we light the candle? I want to lick the candle. That's what I want to do.
I want to eat it.
I'm in our brand new studio. Imagine we set off like the fire alarm.
Yeah, and all these like
But I do want to talk about a couple of things.
CelebriTea. Let's hear it.
Okay, well, we've got a couple interesting. Well, first of all, Matthew Perry, R.I.P. Matthew Perry. I honestly can't believe that.
I cannot believe it either.
This is like hitting my generation hard.
And it's so sad. Like
It's
54
really
years
sad.
old. It's so
really
sad.
Addiction
And he's
is a real
struggled
thing,
so hard.
and he had such a struggle and such an incredible. It just goes to show, no matter what opportunities you have, like everyone goes through their own thing, and just be like, be kind to people. I just saw on TikTok too last night that, I forget his name, Cameron from Ferris Bueller. He was in Succession,
yes.
and he was just this new movie called The Burial, which was awesome, with Jamie Foxx and Tommy Lee Jones. He drove, apparently, according to TikTok, he drove into an LA pizzeria.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, is he from Long Island?
Right? That's a Long Island thing, driving into
buildings. I know. But I'm like, I hope he's okay. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
Also, my Diamondbacks lost the World Series last night. Pretty hardcore, by the way. It wasn't even, I don't think
But they made it that far. Listen.
They made it to the World Series.
made it to the
Cheers.
World
And I kept saying the
Series.
stadium looked amazing on camera. My little sister and her husband were there last night.
Oh, were they?
They're huge Diamondback fans. They're season ticket holders. And it was their 9-year wedding anniversary.
Oh.
And so that's what they did.
fun.
I was like, she's a good wife.
Yeah.
She's a huge fan.
Yeah. Well, exactly. You like sports too. So
I do. Yeah. Would I go there on my wedding anniversary? The World Series, probably.
Yeah, World Series fun.
Pretty big deal. So, R.I.P. Diamondbacks too, I guess. But congratulations on making it to the World Series. And
they made it that
congratulations
far.
to the Texas Rangers. I guess it's the first time they've won the series in 63 years
Wow,
of existence.
incredible.
So, good for them. What else?
Beatles release a new song today
That's
using
weird.
John Lennon's piano and vocal demo recorded in 1978.
I'm looking at Michael. I'm like, I don't know. Do we
It's
need new
interesting.
Beatles music? I don't know.
It feels like unreleased.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, I'm there. We got that. Massapequa native Alec Baldwin and his wife Hilaria. Am I saying that right, Alyssa? Hilaria?
Well, let's be honest.
Are in talks to do a family reality show about them and their 7 children. I'm there for that.
Hilaria
That's very much
isn't
like
Italian or whatever. Remember, her name's Hillary. I mean, we've talked about this. It's not even Hilaria. Like, she changed her name randomly. So,
true. Hilaria.
So don't feel bad about mispronouncing it. I don't know.
Right, that's true. But I'm here for that. I do. What's that movie with Alec Baldwin and oh my gosh, what is that movie with? It's not.
Where's Chris? Alec Baldwin and what? What are you saying? Beetlejuice?
No, he's divorced. They're divorced, and she's dating George Martin, and then they wind up dating. They're like.
This is
Oh
painful.
my God.
I don't know.
It's always painful. I'm sorry.
I
Hot
know.
tease. I'm sorry.
It's okay. All right. Okay. Real quick.
Yes.
Thomas and I binged a new series.
Is it the Fall of Usher?
No.
Okay.
Did you binge? What's that?
I'm starting to watch it. Go ahead.
The Fall of Usher? The Usher,
Not
like,
Usher the singer, the Usher House. The Fall of Usher House.
Oh. I was like,
No.
what
No,
happened
he's
to Usher?
like,
Usher's going to be
no.
the Super Bowl halftime show. It's like, did he fall?
No, Super
What
Bowl.
happened?
What are you binging?
Okay, there's a show. Here's the annoying part. I'm just going to start with the annoying part. It's on Stars.
That's super annoying.
I know. Just FYI, it's
That's like
immediately.
it's better than Paramount.
Is it though? Because I don't know. Does anybody have Stars?
Does anybody have Paramount anymore?
No. Michael says
like,
yes.
yes.
Paramount's bigger than Stars. So it's on Stars. It's called The Shining Veil or Shining Veil. And let me tell you, it's awesome. It is Courtney Cox and Greg Kinnear. And
my
it's got
God,
Mira
incredible.
Sorvino in it, who was just on Dancing with the Stars.
Awesome.
It is so cool. We're now caught up. We're on season 2 and we're caught up. But it's basically like a horror show. It's like The Watchers kind of, but it's so great. It's called Shining Veil, and it's like a mixture of all these shows. You'll see The Shining. Mm-hmm. You'll see Rosemary's Baby. You'll see all of these.
gosh.
The Exorcist.
Oh,
You'll
no, I hate it.
No,
hate it.
but it's not gory. It's
Okay,
not
but-
gory.
I cannot with The Exorcist. Like,
Well, I'm saying The Exorcist. I'm assuming The Exorcist. Like the Rosemary's Baby thing is even. I don't even know. We haven't seen the next episode yet, and I'm like, this is gonna be.
but
like
is it
Rosemary's
like
Baby.
comedy?
'Cause it name's Rosemary. No,
or is it?
Well, I mean, it's kind of funny because it's about these Brooklyn family that moved to Connecticut, and the house is haunted, and you just kind of follow along. It's so great. I told Thomas this morning when I woke up with insomnia again,
Right, because you're scared.
and I
now.
said, thank God my house isn't haunted because I would for sure be in the basement having cocktails
and then
with
you
ghosts.
heard like a
Like The Shining. I mean, I would be
Oh
having
my
full
gosh.
conversations with people that don't really exist.
But it's crazy because there's all these new shows like that. So The Fall of a Usher House is similar to I say it's like Umbrella Academy meets like Edgar Allan Poe stories, right?
I honestly have no idea what you just said.
Do you ever
The
see The
Umbrella
Umbrella Academy?
Academy?
That's an incredible show.
Meets Edgar Allan Poe.
Yes.
You just, what was that guy's name? Melvin from season 5 of Love Is Blind. You were just like the Pythagorean theorem.
I know.
I'm like, what?
So watch
What'd you just
it
say
and
to
you'll
me?
see what I'm talking about. So
Okay.
like it's a dark story. Like I don't know, but it's about like this rich family and they like all die.
Okay.
And it's like how they die.
Oh, I think you would like it because you know what? I like suspense. Remember, our biggest complaint about The Watchers was the end.
Yeah.
But you loved it until the end. So I
Yeah.
have not seen the end yet.
Okay.
But so far, it's like that. It's like suspenseful and you don't know what's happening and there's a twist every episode, but you don't know. It's awesome.
All right, I'm excited.
I
'Cause
highly recommend
I'm always
Shining
like
Veil.
looking for Shining Veil.
And Courtney Cox and Greg Kinnear are amazing. And
I
so
love
is
the
Mira
both of
Sorvino.
them anyway. Like
Really cool.
that's awesome.
Good cast. Okay. Last thing I'll say before on CelebriTea. I'm always talking about, let's see, TJ Holmes and AB Robach from Good Morning America.
Yes.
They just announced their new podcast together, premiering December 5th, and it's called Amy and TJ. I'm here for it.
Are you here for it?
I am.
All
I'm
right.
all about love. And I love, if you can go through that kind of public scrutiny and push back, and I'm sure getting fired and still pick that person, that's
And stand
love.
close. Okay. All right.
I love their perseverance. And, that would break most couples apart. And the fact that they're still together, I like it. I'm
All
here
right.
for it.
That's cool.
Also, Alec Baldwin is on, I haven't listened to it yet, is on Kelly Ripa's new podcast.
I was just going to ask you, have you been listening? Because she went from like Governor Christie from New Jersey to Chelsea Handler to Alec Baldwin.
No,
So,
I've
like,
missed
all
a few
these-
episodes. Have you been listening?
I was watching her the other day, and
Oh.
she's just like talking about all of her guests and like how extreme she is, and I'm like, you're not the tea, Kelly.
Come on, Kelly. I love you. I was watching them this morning. Last thing I'll say is that she was saying they were reading a study that says bad grammar can really impact other people's anxiety, which I totally agree. I mean, I do this to my kids all the time. I torture them. Tegan, I'm like telling her the difference between much and many.
Yes.
I mean, I'm a Walter Cronkite journalism
Yes,
major,
yeah, yeah.
and so I look at my kids' stuff and I'm like, how do you not know how to write grammar? And she was talking about her kids, and she's like, my kids send me texts that are like, you're too skinny. And she's like, it's YOU''RETOO. Okay? If you're going to insult me, do it with the right grammar. And I was like, this is why I love Kelly Ripa.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, I feel you.
She's funny.
And she is too skinny, but I love it.
She is too skinny. Like she looks.
But
Like,
also, I want to be her.
I know. Like I
Goals.
Same.
Goals. I know. Anyway, I wouldn't want to be anyone but us because we have this amazing podcast studio and we have so many wonderful episodes ahead of us. I hope you'll keep tuning in. Leave us a 5-star review. Watch us on YouTube. And leave us a voicemail or send us a DM and maybe we'll talk about you.
Yeah. See you next week.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow the Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.